you feel like women run away from the technical side of cybersecurity?
I definitely feel like that. I really do. I think it's because a lot of people push all the time for GRC, which I do love GRC. Like, I push for it too. But I think that we should learn the technical side first to get ready for GRC, because if you can think technical and you can work non-technical, like, you're killer. Like, if you have both aspects, like, you're non-stoppable. You're at that point, you're Thanos. Like, can't nobody stop you.
All the infinity rings.
Hey, HackerProof family, welcome back. We're back again. It's the end of the year, guys. Like,
It is?
yeah, well, almost end of the year. It feels like
I got 3 months left.
but the year's at this point. The year's over. It feels like it. Q4. We've had a long ride this year,
And we're back at our original studio.
Yes, our original studio, you guys.
The OG.
Yes, where home is. And, you know, I feel like in the spirit of closing out with excellence and just closing out with a bang, we have such an impressive person here today with us. And, like, honestly, Wendy, I want to, like, introduce you and tell the people who you are, but your resume is so long that I feel like you should just go ahead.
I think your resume, your social presence, everything.
It's just too lengthy. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Vicky.
Yeah.
So sweet. Well, you guys, my name is Wendy Albert, and I do a lot of things in cybersecurity.
A lot of impressive things.
Keep it simple and sure. I like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So right now, I'm currently the Vice President for Women of Cybersecurity of Houston.
Ooh.
Hey.
WICCZ is a global organization, but I am the Vice President for the Houston chapter, my very first time. And we have a strong membership board here in Houston, one of the strongest chapters for WICCZ. We have over 800 members in our chapter of Houston, full with women that are leaders in cybersecurity. I mean, it's impactful to see all these women all over, so it's great to have them. And I just launched my nonprofit, Onyx Cyber Incorporated, where I help represent our lower income areas into cybersecurity, offering skills training, a lot of partnerships coming with different government agencies. I do stuff from my Onyx Tech Tots, which is from K through 12, to have different events or organizations for our kids to get them started and introduced in cybersecurity super early. And then I offer, I want to start a new thing where I do Onyx Con, where we'll do like a youth tech event every year, one time out the year, to where the kids can learn different things in different sessions with cybersecurity and have fun while they're doing it.
Okay.
So I'm really excited about that. And then I do work professionally in cybersecurity. So that's a day-to-day thing, obviously.
What is your profession in cybersecurity?
Yeah.
So right now I work as a senior level security engineer. So I do a lot of Sec DevOps. So cloud security, cloud automation, deployment with IAC, infrastructure as code for you guys that may not know, and using different tools like Ansible Tower, GitHub repositories, CloudBees, Jenkins, you name it. My mind goes all over.
For you know, I don't think there's the Sec DevOps space. You don't see a lot of women in that. So
Exactly.
what challenges do you like face? Because again, that's a male-dominated like field.
Yes.
No lie. Like, I can even go back to me being at college. Like, when I went to Mary Hardin Bailey, which is a private school in Belton, Texas, I studied computer science. And like you're saying, I was the only woman in a class full of men. And a lot of the men were coming from Fort Hood, which is in Killeen, Texas, and they were taking classes there. Promise it was either me or one other person in the class. So after graduating and going into my career and seeing that too, working in the technical space as a woman, it's not a lot of representation for us out there. And I feel like it can change, but I feel like women also have to be introduced to ways to learn about the technical side of cybersecurity. For me, I don't feel any type of pressure. I'm confident within myself.
Do you feel like women run away from the technical side of cybersecurity?
I definitely feel like that. I really do. I think it's because a lot of people push all the time for GRC, which I do love GRC. Like, I push for it too. But I think that we should learn the technical side first to get ready for GRC, because if you can think technical and you can work non-technical, like, you're killer. Like, if you have both aspects, like, you're non-stoppable. You're at that point, you're Thanos. Like, can't nobody stop you.
All the infinity rings.
And I think it's because it's also intimidating, if we're going to be honest. Like, I think the technical piece, it just, there's so many layers to it, and it takes a lot of intentional dedication to learning it too. And I think sometimes people don't know how to dive into it, or if they look at it, it looks like, oh my God, all this gibberish, all this code, it is an intimidating thing. So I see why a lot of women in particular too shy from it, even men too shy from it. But I think it's like you're an example to just show, I mean, honestly, if you just put your mind to it.
I agree. And there's been some people to doubt me all the time, like, if I'm working, and it just goes goes out my ear because, like, you know what I'm saying? The degrees speak for themselves. Myself speaks for anything. Like, you can never try to intimidate me for my knowledge on what I bring to the table. So I want to put that power into other women as well. So that's why I really have the role as the VP for WICCZ Houston to share that with other women in our area.
And you talk about the what's it called? WICCZ Houston?
Yeah, WICCZ. So people say WICCZ, but it's also pronounced WICCZ. So Women in Cybersecurity.
Okay. What do you like the organization? What is it all about? Because this is like my first time hearing about it.
I think I've seen it before. I attended WGU too.
Okay.
I mean, when you're talking about
you went to WGU?
No, but I was talking about it before. They're a pretty good school.
And I used to always see the Women in Cybersecurity. I was like, what is this? I didn't even know if guys could join. But
so I'm happy you said that, you guys. So let's clear all the rumors. Okay. Men can join WICCZ. Men are allies for WICCZ. You are definitely able to join. There's no discrimination for anybody. Okay. Now, WICCZ is an empowerment movement so every chapter in major cities has their own initiative. Yeah. In Houston, we focus on our professional women. So like our CISOs, our CEOs, our senior level engineers, or people that are like in mid-level, senior level roles, or entry level, looking to get mentorship or move up in their role or just in the industry. We focus on helping those women. Now, the global WICCZ chapter, they focus on everybody. So they have a lot of career opportunities too. So they have a whole entire job market where people in major companies pull just from WICCZ to hire people. Like, it's very powerful what they're doing out there for women in cybersecurity. And it was founded by 3 women. So they started this initiative years ago, and it grew overnight. They do an annual conference every year. They have great partnerships opportunities and sponsorship opportunities, and also continuous learning.
Okay. Are there any prerequisites to joining it? Can anyone join, or do you have to be of a certain like age group, career-wise? What are the prerequisites?
No, anybody can join WICCZ. There is no discrimination, no turning back. If you're interested in learning more and you want to be a part of it, you just have to pay like a membership fee. But they do webinars all year round, and they do have partnerships with ISC Squared, Google, Microsoft, major companies out there to help us out.
Okay.
So if you're not even in cybersecurity, you can join.
Yes, for sure. I definitely think
so
that's the best part.
It's a good gateway program.
Definitely.
It's a great gateway program. Okay, guys. WICCZ.
Yes.
And do they have and their chapter? It's a global organization, and like people watching in London and Africa.
Yes, like it's everywhere. They're starting new chapters. I think Ohio just got their very first chapter, so it's like it's growing in major cities. So in Texas we have a Houston, San Antonio, Austin, and Dallas chapter. Okay. And right now Austin and Houston are like one of the strongest chapters we have in Texas. They have like some amazing women out there. Like they're really intelligent. They have a couple women that have been featured in Forbes magazine. You know, and Forbes Technology Council. So just imagine what you could do for yourself being a part of this organization. Exactly.
Proximity to greatness.
Yes.
And you said, earlier said the degrees speak for themselves.
Yes,
right now you currently are, and you're currently getting your doctorate right now. But if you could walk us through your educational journey.
Wait, before you switch up to that segment, it is actually a good question I want to ask. Like, how do you make sure your voice is heard as a female in like the sec dev?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yes,
because again, you know, you're dealing with a field that is male dominated.
Yes.
So how do you make sure that what you're saying is listened to and there's some kind of action being taken for?
Yes, I definitely agree with that. There's been a lot of times where I'm working and I may have a suggestion and it'll be like a question that comes after my suggestion. You know me, I'm going to be very honest. Like when I say something, I'm like, this is what I said, and that's the final say. Like I'm not going to push anything around of it. But sometimes you have to be careful too, because you know I'm an African American woman, so you don't want to have the mantra of the angry black woman in the space. But I, this is funny, but sometimes I practice my responses in the mirror, or like I'm talking to myself. I'm like, okay, I think we should do this instead, so I'm going to suggest this. So if we're having
sound powerful, almost.
Right. So when I have my team meetings, I'm like, hey, you guys, you know, we're working on this deployment. I think this is a better option for our integration or what we're doing for this pipeline. Let's test this out in our development and see if it works and put it in production. Like I make strong suggestions that are definitely adhered to.
And how fast, like back it up. So if
for sure, like you know, I don't play with the facts either. So like, like they're gonna make sure, like, okay, well, Wendy said it. Let's see if we can make something happen. If not, we can always go back to the drawing board. But I'm gonna be heard regardless, and I make sure that my tone of voice is really the biggest thing because, like I said, I don't want to be like the angry black woman or somebody that's like kind of combative. I'm a very sweet person. I'm like super energetic. energetic, I'm bubbly. I like to keep that same personality in my job market as well. But I do like to have a strong tone of voice where I'm taken serious.
Right.
That makes sense. Now, Vicky, I just had to put that question.
yeah.
But I need that question for myself, and just as a woman in cybersecurity too, just finding a way to be heard as well, because I feel like for me, one of the biggest challenges is more so selling your idea cross-functionally. Let's say there's a problem that is interconnected with different departments in your company, and you're getting a lot of pushback from those departments. Sometimes like the biggest struggle for me is to get that buy-in and like to push back against the pushback. So I needed to hear that advice as well too.
Yeah, for sure. And have your write-ups too for that pushback. So when they're pushing back to you, be like, well, this is what I found. You know what I'm saying? And I can share this with, you know, your team, your management, or whoever. Like, always back yourself up, because, you know, there may not be somebody that's going to do that for you.
Yeah.
Make sure you stand 10 times behind yourself and your decision. Also, just be confident. I think a lot of times too, we face where some women are not confident. And then that's like you mentioned, like, why we want to go into technical roles, or like why we just try to shoot for non-technical, just to, you know, have something lighter for ourselves. But the confidence is going to bring you a lot further in the industry, especially as a woman.
Do you feel like in your career right now, like you speaking up, you being confident, you going in there and not letting people override you is what has brought you here today, or
To this point you are right now.
yeah?
Yeah, it's been a lot of growing, not gonna lie. Like it's gonna go into your next question, but I would definitely say for sure, and I have to give that, like, my confidence and strong will to my parents. Like, my dad served this country for 32 years in the United States Army. He retired from the Pentagon. He's still doing a little bit more work for them, for the military, but he instilled that in me at a very young age.
So that's where you got all this.
Right. So there's nothing that anybody can tell me to where I would not believe in myself.
So what made you get into tech though? Because again, someone working in the military, being in Pentagon, and now you working in tech. How did that come along?
That was the same question.
It's so crazy. So we're gonna go to Victoria's question. I have to answer Victoria when we get into it. So I actually grew up playing sports. I played basketball. I ran track. I did that my whole life, and I loved playing video games. I'm a video gamer. I played the GameCube, PS2, anything you name it, the Wii. I was on Michael Jackson. I was on Midnight Club. I was like everything you could name. I did it. Right. So I was always interested in gaming. So when it's time for you to get ready to go to college, like, my parents were talking to me about it, you know, when I was around 16 years old. I was like, I'm going to go to school and create the women's very first WNBA game. I'm going to create 2K for women. Like, that's what I want to do. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't know where this comes from. But then, like, at the same time, I received a mail in college, and then I started learning about encryption and decryption. So it was coming from Liberty University. They had a cybersecurity program. And I remember being 17. I was like, oh yeah, I'm interested in this as well. Like, this is cool. Like, I found this intriguing. And it didn't come from my dad, because my dad was a logistician. So he moved stuff around in the military. He wasn't super technical.
Right.
So my whole entire technical stuff was like, is she even our child? Like, where is this
curious kid.
Right, where is this coming from? So my senior year, I was going to campuses. I went to Liberty University, went to Baylor.
In New York?
No, Liberty University is actually in Lynchburg, Virginia.
Oh, okay.
This school was amazing, by the way. Like, they had a whole entire, like, mountain for skiing. Like, it was a Christian school. It's a Christian school. It was super
pricey?
cool. I don't think it was as pricey, because I was also trying to play basketball still.
Okay.
So, like, I was going to be able to, like, walk on to get a scholarship, and they would pay for my schooling.
You good at basketball?
I was very good. Now I can't say, you know, I switched to sneakers for heels.
Hey.
So, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, that athlete mentality gets you far, because
It really does.
That athlete mentality, you guys are like do or die. Like,
You really
focus.
do. Like, the AAU, everything I went through.
That athlete
waking
mentality
up
gets
that
you
morning
somewhere.
is crazy.
Yeah.
So I ended up going to Mary Hardin Baylor in 2015, and I declared my major in computer science. So when I get there, we're picking on concentration, and I'm just like, oh yeah, they have gaming. I'm going to definitely do this gaming.
Right.
At first, they're like, oh yeah, we definitely got rid of the gaming program. I was like, what the heck? Like, I literally wanted to do gaming.
Well, that's a
So
blessing in
then-
disguise, though.
That was a blessing. So then they're like, well, we have computer security, which was cybersecurity, but it was not cybersecurity yet. That makes sense. So I said, okay, I'll do that concentration. Literally 3 years later, I graduated my bachelor's in science, in computer science. I went through binary numbers, discrete structures, all the programming.
Those classes were hard. Discrete.
The hardest class I had was discrete structures. I'm not gonna lie. That was a very hard class. My favorite class.
Sounds like a language you don't understand.
You don't understand any of that at all. Like, the whole behind the scenes, like, it's just very confusing. Like, it's computer math. It's very weird. But my favorite class, I want to say, was network security and computer security. Obviously, like, those were my favorite. Web development, HTML is pretty cool, but I'm not too crazy about it.
Do
But
you think that what you got from college, you say you did a computer science, computer security focus, right?
Right.
You think that kind of correlate to, let's say, what you're doing now at work? Do you see any kind of correlation between what you did in college?
Yes, it's so crazy. I hate Java. Actually, that was my worst class. I hated that class. We use Java so much. We are using Java, JavaScript, Python. Like, this is everything I've already touched. So, like, when people try to discredit education, I'm like, you really can't do that because, like, I learned everything when I was in my program, like, from start to scratch.
What do you think you got the most knowledge? Like, I'm guessing you going for your PhD right now. You already have your master's and your bachelor's. Okay, so what do you think you got the most knowledge? Was it your bachelor's or was it your master's?
So I'm gonna put it this way. I feel like my bachelor's degree taught me a lot of the foundational, right? Okay. And then my master's degree, so I got my master's at North Carolina A&T State University. Hey, Go Aggies. I went there actually during COVID, so I didn't get the full-blown campus experience, which is very sad. Yeah. But they taught me a lot of more depth. So my master's was in IT. So I learned about like the whole entire components with IT, how it was created, the TCP networks, the whole entire network topology in more depth. Okay. So I kind of think I got more of a depth knowledge beyond just foundation. Okay. So I'm going to have to say my bachelor's definitely showed me the technical skills. I'm not going to lie. Like, I got technical from them. But master's and then going into like a doctoral degree to start writing, I have to give credit to NCAP because they got me to like this point.
I feel like with school, right, this is just something I'm just saying for my own self. I feel like with school, right, you might get the idea, but you don't really know how to use it.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're overfeeding you with information without you knowing exactly what you're going to be using those information for.
I see what you mean. Yeah. I feel like what happens with that though, like if that's the component, that's whenever we have to come in with like the career fairs and sessions for people to realize what they're interested in, because like you show me all this material right early on. Okay, I'm trying to figure out where am I going to use it. Can you bring me some resources where I can understand?
And a lot of people don't know how to get those resources, so they just take all these classes, and at the end they're just confused because they don't know.
No, I agree. There was actually somebody who reached out to me because they were trying to get a job and they went through school their entire time, never really worked in industry. I definitely, if you guys are listening to this, please do not do that. I'm totally against going from bachelor's, master's to doctorate and then not working, because when you're trying to get into industry for a job, it's hard to hire you because you have no experience, no internship experience, no type of on-job experience. You're like overqualified for a lot of roles, but you have no experience. So they're just going to make you be a professor or a teacher. But if you want to really work in the industry, I am all for go get your education, but take some time out for yourself to realize what you want to do and work or get an internship.
What is the best entryway to? Like, again, I know I'm going away from topic because Vicky probably has some other things that you want to talk about.
Talk.
So you get into like cybersecurity. What was your entry route into cybersecurity?
Okay, so mine is very unique. And if I can go back, I would do it over. But I actually started working on classified projects for the government. So I was a government contractor. Okay. I got read into a lot of different things. Whenever I graduated from my bachelor's, I moved to Virginia. My parents lived in D.C.
That's a big area for gov.
It was very big, especially in 2018. Like, it was massive. So the opportunities were like super endless. So when I got myself in there, I was doing a lot of stuff that way, and I got introduced as a systems engineer. And then I also was working like as an information assurance engineer. I was like leading different projects. So it was very different for me. And then at the same time, I was able to finish my master's degree while I was working on these government contracts. But I will recommend someone who's like wanted to make an entryway into tech. I would go in as a SOC analyst or help desk.
That's the same thing. That's the same thing we preach basically, because everyone has their own unique way of getting into tech.
Yeah, for sure.
And I feel like no one really gets into tech completely just in cybersecurity. That's not the first position.
No, it's not. Like, my first role wasn't even cybersecurity. Like, I worked in a division that was at the time, was the space, intelligence, and cyber sector. But I was working as a system engineer. So I was doing what I do now, Sec DevOps. Really? Like, so it's like, but it's still like under the same umbrella. So people have a misdirection of what cybersecurity is, which is not that. But I'm always going to say SOC analyst, sysadmin, or help desk, because like you learn so many different things
the foundational
about
elements.
Like, it's like the brain, right? So the SOC is like the brain of the computer. Like, you learn how to handle different type of anomalies, triage alerts, like answer alerts. Like, I am shooting for anybody who's trying to get in. Please try to get your first role as a junior SOC analyst.
Yeah, going back to the education thing, right? It's always more theory than practical. So you don't get the practical skills. So let's say you finish school and you start off as like a SOC analyst, then you get your practical skill, right? But maybe schools should start incorporating more like practical
Yeah,
things.
because again,
So that people can learn the soak on school, so that they have some kind of experience before they even step
Yes.
when I
agree.
was in
Yes.
school doing those development exercises or doing those coding projects, I was like, what am I even doing? Because at the end of the day, who am I selling this to? Like, who's paying me for this?
Right.
Yeah. So if you guys, so you guys get here first. I'm actually working on doing that. So I'm working on getting my own apprenticeship set up for my nonprofit, which will help our community, Black and brown communities, get the access to working on the SOC. So like, going to take classes at a college course, but also learning how to work in the SOC at the same time, because that's a skill that's needed. So let's say you're 18 years old and you're like, I'm looking for, just a way to figure out what I want to do in my life. Like, I'm interested in cyber, but I don't really know what it is. Like, well, you could sign up for my apprenticeship program, go through it. You're going to get hands-on training in the SOC. You're going to see what it's like to work within a SOC and learn network components and everything within that umbrella.
I got one question. You're doing so much.
Yeah.
You just mentioned, so like before this project, this podcast started, you mentioned she works with the women's cybersecurity group. I forgot the name. Sorry about that. WICCZ. She's also getting her PhD,
and she's an author.
She's cybersecurity. Oh, she hasn't even talked about the book yet.
Yeah,
how do you, professor?
Oh, yeah,
how do you,
professor? Yeah.
How do you get that work-life balance?
Do you have work-life balance?
I really feel like I have a better balance now. It may sound crazy, but I literally, my Google, shout out to Google, my Google, if y'all see this, give me a sponsorship. My Google Calendar, I have to give it like full credit, because if I don't look at that Google Calendar, I'm not going to know what's going on. And then two, I do have to credit to my work ethic, because like, we work in an agile structure. Once I finish up my stuff, like, I'm going to be working on the next thing, you know what I'm saying? And then two, for my doctoral program, we do have sessions where we take breaks. So like right now I'm on a break session. So anything that's like massive work, I want to do it right now.
How long is it like for your doctorate? How long does it take?
Yeah, so if you ever are interested in a doctoral program, please know you have a certain amount of time. So I started in 2021. Right now it's 2025, and I'm on the IRB schedule. So I had put in my application with IRB, and once they approve it, then I can collect data and be done. I have until 2028. If you do not ever finish your degree before then, they're going to give you another master's.
Really?
Yes, that's how it works. So like, you don't even get the chance to like, no, you had a certain time. So my time is 2028. So I'm doing good on time right now. I should be done with my dissertation as soon as IRB gives me the green light to get my data.
So with a PhD, what kind of door does that open?
A lot. So I would say, even like with me, I am striving to be a CISO, a CEO in those roles in cybersecurity.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be a CEO, you know what I'm saying? Like, and my
You're the
nonprofit, CEO of my own nonprofit is going to
Mm-hmm.
take off, and then, raising an organization up. It gives me more credibility, as a subject matter expert, obviously.
Right.
Like, I know what I'm talking about today, but, with that degree, like, I would feel unstoppable. Like, so yeah, I'm going to feel like, a superhero. Like, you really cannot, you really cannot tell me anything, because I went through so much extensive knowledge and research. Like, if you guys knew how much I read, like, it's crazy. Like, I have to read all the time.
You think school is going to be the same? Because there's a lot of companies and organizations complaining that the younger generations don't know how to work.
I do feel like we're going to have a couple of struggles with that. And I really am sad to see, like, some of the school systems. Like, I mean, even going to speak to, like, where I'm from Beaumont, Texas. You know what I'm saying? That's like an hour and 20 minutes from here. And the school district where I was from, I'm a product of that. So to see that it's not the same when I was there, it's kind of crazy to me. And I want to do the best I can to help out. I think what really the schools should do more sure is, like, push for STEM initiative. I think that every school, literally in America, should just only have a STEM curriculum. I think if every school did that, from elementary, middle school to high school, imagine how much your numbers change. Imagine how much you have your kids already set up. I have to give credit to Stafford MSD. Like, that school district is amazing. Like, there are kids in there with their CompTIA Security Plus in the 10th grade.
Wow.
Like, imagine that. Like, you're literally in 10th grade with a A plus, a Security Plus, a Network Plus. Like, there's people my age.
10th grade?
10th grade.
10th grade.
There's people who are my age who don't even have that. Like, they are doing some math. They're doing, like, God's work over there.
They
for
are.
real.
They are.
They really are.
They are. The way I think you should look for a seat in government or something. Like, honestly, too. I think, like,
with a
this,
PhD,
you have to go sit on a board or something. Yeah, you need to sit in one of those boards. I mean, your father has. I wouldn't say he has the government experience, but I feel like, you have someone that had insight into it. So I feel like maybe
with power too. So
it's very crazy. I was
I think
actually
you should
a
sit in
congressional intern.
government.
In college,
Sorry?
I was
Congressional intern.
Yeah, I was an intern for a
There
congressman
we
in
go.
college. At the time, he was over the military appropriations committee, and also had a seat for Homeland Security for cyber. So,
Girl, you need to look into that. You really should.
Be
You really
very
should.
impactful. You know,
Congress.
I'm just super passionate. You know, like I really care about, you know, our generation. I really do care about the African American culture and other cultures as well, because I feel like right now, just for us in particular, you know, this Blacks, African Americans, we have a really hard time working together. And I really want us to change that, to work together. Like I was telling y'all before,
what do you think is the cause for that, though?
I think it's like they push so much for competition. Like, and I feel like we can all do the same thing together. Like, you know, if we have the same idea, like I'm gonna give you ideas, you give me ideas. Let's see if we can make it come together and we can boost our revenue.
That's the whole thing with HackerProof. You know, it all started as an idea. You know, just bring a whole bunch of group of people that relate. You know, Africans, African American from different areas, and just finding ways we could build things together to bring the name, have a bigger name.
Right, and that's what it should always be. That I don't know if it's like deep rooted, like, you know, in our bloodline or something to be this way, but I am not like that. Like, I hate gatekeepers. I really do have a thing against people who do stuff like that.
Because what do you gain from gatekeeping?
What do you gain from being a mean person? Like, you know what I'm saying? What do you gain from that? Like, there's no money you get from that.
People gatekeep from as little as the lip gloss they're wearing to like it to
or even
the course
deodorant.
they took.
Like, girl,
come on,
like what are you using for deodorant? It's not that serious. It's at Walmart. So which one
Literally,
is it?
people are gonna know it. People use it already before you were using it. Like, it's crazy.
No,
it's actually crazy. And I just wanted to ask real quick, like, for people that are getting their education, should they focus it more on AI? Just in terms of how the world is going right now, I wanted to know, do you think that children should focus more on AI and majoring in AI courses when they're going to school, or should they still just keep it broad?
So my sister, actually, I got her to go back to school. She actually is the sous pastry chef the head pastry chef at Fairmont in DC. But she's also studying her bachelor's in IT. She did graduate with a degree in, like, you know, culinary arts, but she was like, what can I do, like, to help myself? And like with that question, she did ask me that too. And I was just like, I would definitely say, if there's an option to where you could do the general study, but like have a certain concentration, like be AI or something, I would definitely say go for it. Okay. I'm also going to say go for just studying strictly AI. You know, if you're doing that, then you become a subject matter expert strictly in AI.
Yeah.
You went to school for it. You've done research on it. Nobody out there could tell you what they found on AI about what you know about AI.
Yeah.
People try to argue with you about AI because they looked up on AI. That doesn't make
But
sense.
you actually went and studied it.
Like, you went and studied it. So I'm definitely going to tell the kids out there, anybody out there, go for all of it. Like, if you see an AI degree out there, get it. You see AI certification, go get it. This is where it's going to be leading to. It's going to be so much more. And quantum computing is coming up.
Oh,
so
yeah.
We really have to get involved with all the latest technologies.
Yes.
You also, before, we're coming close to the end, we want to touch on your book and just what you're doing and helping educate kids about tech. You know, you have the book.
Yes, for sure, you guys. This is Mrs. Onyx, Guardian of the Grid. This is my book I just created. It's Mrs. Onyx. And every lesson's in here. Thank you, guys. Every lesson in this book is dedicated to cybersecurity. So just a quick backstory. The main character is not me. This is my great-grandmother, Eleanor Albert. She lived to be 102 years old. She's from Vidalia,
Congrats
Louisiana.
to her. Oh, my goodness.
So she was the oldest living resident in Vidalia. She lived from 1918 to 2021. And during that time, you can imagine what she saw, right?
A lot.
Yeah. So she always raised us to, you know, be kind to each other, always work hard. She was very inspirational, and I wanted her to bring back to be inspirational for other people.
Oh, so that's who inspired this character.
The link for the book would be in the bio.
It will definitely be in the bio. It's going to be sold also in Houston, Texas. I'm working on getting this in more stores and working on getting this into the school district. But every lesson is going to teach our kids from ages 4 to 40, doesn't matter how old you are, about cybersecurity.
What's that QR code? You gotta put it up there.
It's out there. We got to get out there. It's on Amazon, though, you guys, so definitely.
The link also, she'll give us a link. So
I'm going to give you guys a
link.
link.
Description.
Yeah.
And,
we're going to go on a tour.
Everywhere.
We're going to do a book tour. We're going to go on a tour
awesome.
for Mrs. Onyx. You know, you kids could get dressed up as Mrs. Onyx for Halloween. But it's very impactful for me. So even like the characters, I have 4 main characters, which is my evil villain, Networks. And I have the main character, which is Elnora. She's the main attraction. And then she turns to Mrs. Onyx, which is the superhero.
What is the message that kids could learn from this book in terms of just working together, community, and just growing your knowledge?
Yes, I think they can learn about having, like, you can learn about a lot of stuff in a fun way, right? So every book has a lesson. For example, for this book is just the opening book for a hero that's being born.
Right.
If you were to read this as a child and you see your representation of a young person with curly hair in here, you're going to gravitate towards it. So you're learning, like, okay, I do matter. My image is someone that is out there, okay? So it's okay for me to walk around with my curls.
Of course.
Another thing you can learn is about the whole part of, like, the networking. Like, okay, so that's what hardware looks like.
Like an early stage.
Right, that's what a server looks like. Oh, that's a server room. Okay, so you can see things early on, so it's gravitating and it's stuck in your mind as a image. And it's just adding imagination to it because kids gravitate towards that to help them learn.
All right, we also like to, getting closer to the end, we also like to leave some room open for you to ask us questions about ourselves because we just also starting up not too long ago. So maybe there's anything that you see about us that you want to ask, feel free to ask it.
Yes, so Victoria,
Oh.
what is your future plans for your role in cybersecurity?
Hey.
I love this question. So I really am passionate about GRC. I know like it's a niche market and I think that there's riches and niches, honestly. And I really want to just really advance my skill set when it comes to just the auditing sector in general. I do see myself, right now I'm on the flip side where I'm handling audits for companies, but I do see myself eventually getting my CISA and being an auditor and auditing companies as well too. So I want to add that to my resume as well. So that's where I see myself. I really do love the auditing sector when it comes to cybersecurity, and I just want to further myself in it as much as I can.
That's amazing. I think that what you're doing is super passionate, and then this can be touching to anybody out there.
Yeah.
They overlook auditors, they hate auditors, but
They
your job
do.
is one of the most important jobs in cybersecurity, and it cannot be overlooked.
Yeah, and it's such a niche market, and because people don't want to do it or want to be a part of it, it leaves more room for people like me to grow in it and get paid to do it. So I have no problem. I can go this consulting route, I can go the contracting route, I can go the government route, I can do so many things with auditing, and there's so many different things to audit. And
of course. And
so,
like I told you, the world is yours. You can go grab it, and just make sure you surround yourself with people who believe in you and your mission. And if you have that, anything is possible. Nothing can stop you. You're unstoppable.
Thank you, Wendy.
You're welcome. And then I just have a question for everybody, so we don't have to all access once. Now that you guys know about WICCZ, different organizations out there, what is our plan to grow HackerProof outside of Houston to other areas, even international? What is the first plan in motion you guys have in mind?
How can I say this? There's so many different avenues that we're targeting. We have the podcasting, we have the mentorship session, we have the events, we have the app coming out. And I think that just for speaking of the event space, because that's what we are pushing heavy on right now, we're targeting different cities, just having community partnership with different organizations that have similar beliefs and similar values to us, and just bringing our mission, our value to those different cities, different events. Just send them know, this is HackerProof, this is what we do, this is the value we provide. And just from what we have started, we're seeing people just like feel like they need to belong to our group and just feel like they came to us. So I think our mission is just to spread that, there's a community like this for Blacks, Africans, people who are minorities who could just come in, be in a friendly vibe, and just I'm tired of talking about this, but we do a lot of things in tech, and we just do a lot of things community driven, just to push the agenda that, hey, this is us, we are Black in tech, we are successful, we are doing that thing, and it's a community of like-minded, friendly people who could all work together and build things that is bigger than ourselves.
To add on to what Daniel said, another aspect that we also really like to concentrate on is consulting, in terms of like helping organizations, even countries, as far as going on like contracts with like governments and stuff like that. And also educating people about cybersecurity, teaching them more about it, being able to learn, because literally we as guys, me, Kemby, Daniel, we teach ourselves cybersecurity. Like if I'm expecting SOC, Kemby's expecting cloud, he teaches me stuff about that, I teach him stuff about that. So just, bringing more people like us in, teaching them, educating them, and building a better community. And
one thing that I've noticed is that with more people, more doors open. Like what we are doing right now, just the more people we have, we're able to touch on different areas, do more things, and just spread more awareness that we just I think one thing, like you said earlier, that, it's harder to... Okay, wrap it up. It's harder to grow in...
I mean, you're speaking facts, though.
No, it's harder to grow with individuals and people who are, what's the word you used earlier? People who are gatekeepers. When you have a, community like this, that everyone is willing to share ideas. We all share ideas to each other. We all tell each other what the cheat code is to, make it better at tech, do better in tech, get the certs, get what you need. Once you have that openness in the community that everyone's just sharing, it makes it easier to take over the world, basically.
Yeah, we're taking over the world soon.
Say it louder. We're taking over the world soon.
And speaking of taking over the world, Afrotech is coming out. Well, actually, I don't know if the episode will be out by the time Afrotech is here.
Every bi-weekly. So
I think it should be out.
We might put this episode first before Amy's.
Yeah, okay. 'Cause we do have to bring up the fact that we have an event coming up. It's in the works. It's going to be an Afro. We're going to have an event here at Afrotech.
Announcement is coming up next week. Friday.
Okay, let's do it.
Next week, Tuesday.
Awesome.
Next week,
Yes.
Tuesday.
Somewhere next week.
Be on the lookout, and we want to
Culture
see you
FM.
guys.
Africans at Microsoft.
Yeah.
Also, of course, we're hosting, and
Yeah.
there might be one more partner that I don't want to reveal yet.
Yeah.
But this is going to be our biggest event of the year. We have done the 2 p.m. in Atlanta. We have done the Connect. We did
Yeah.
another one earlier called the Connect 2. But this will be the biggest one. And just glory to God.
Be blessed,
as we
God.
keep growing. More success and just more people.
Yeah.
Like we met Wendy, like now.
Yes.
Wendy too. So
Yeah.
If you guys are for collaboration and making moves together, you guys need to be here. That's
Yeah,
just,
yeah,
and
We
it's
it's
need to see y'all
straightforward.
come through.
So if you don't want to, don't come.
And with that, make sure you guys subscribe, follow us on all platforms, support the growth, and support our movement. Follow Wendy, buy her book. Amazon, the link is going to be in the bio. And just
It's also going to be available in Houston.
in Houston,
Yes,
there
it's
you
going to be
go.
available in Houston.
And Vicky, anything else as we close out?
I think you said it all. We love you
That's it.
guys. Thank you so much, and we want to see you in Houston. They're Afrotech, so come through.
Afrotech, the name, I'll give you guys one thing. The name of the event is called 6 p.m. in Houston. So let's get it.
Get
Thank
ready.
you. Thanks for having
Love
me.
you
Peace
guys.
out.
All right,
Thanks.
guys.
Bye.